Yes. It's the Positive Forces Show, always giving you more, sending you positive vibes.
To change your life.
I'm your host, Kimone Hall.
And I'm your co-host, Yoli.
Yay! In the house, guys. OMG. Happy day to you.
Yeah.
So how are you, Yola?
I'm good.
Oh.
That's always good when I have three goods, right?
Yo, guys, we good. Yola has three goods. We are on it. All right.
Yes.
How was your week?
My week was fine. I think Monday we were off, right? Was that this week?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Martin Luther King Day.
Can't tell.
Yes.
It was MLK Day.
Yes.
So we had a Monday off, which was nice.
Yeah.
Watched this really great special that they do every year on this television station that I watch, celebrating Martin Luther King at Ebenezer Baptist Church. So that was awesome. And then everything from there just kind of flew by. And then I woke up this morning and it was time for the Positive Forces show.
Hey!
Yeah.
Like I watched the show, the
commemoration.
The commemoration.
Commemoration.
Yeah. Service as well. And I thought it was exceptional.
Yes, it was really well done. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think every year it's better and better and better is what I'm being told. But I'm like, wow, I was in awe. I think it was really, really good. I think the message was great. His daughter, Dr. Bernice, she had a really profound and strong statement to share with the world. Like, let's not just let this be a day of January 17th. Let it be a 365 thing. Let it not just be a one day thing where we're in community with people, where we're loving people and doing the things for others, but let this be something that we incorporate within ourselves, within our actions, within our daily routine, our lives, so that, to better ourselves and humanity on a whole. I really think that was really, really good.
They had a lot of really good speakers. There was one in particular that I enjoyed, and I need to look up his name so I can talk about it the next time that we're on. But he has some really wonderful things to say about his life and how he grew up and just little things that he's been through and how we can do better. So I really enjoyed it.
Was it the speaker that spoke, the main speaker?
He was towards the end.
Yeah. He was fantabulous.
He's a lawyer.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah, it just so happened that my best friend was in town, and we got to watch it. And we were really just floored by his speech. He was so put awesome. Together and eloquent, and it was great.
Yeah,
it was really good. I enjoyed it.
It was good. He was good. All right, let's start off with prayer. You want to go ahead?
Yes.
All right.
Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us here once again on the Positive Forces Show. Lord, help us to keep our tongues responsible. Help us, Lord, to be mindful of the things that we say. Help us to have love and compassion for one another, to be empathetic towards each other. Help us, Lord, by guiding our steps every day as we walk through this thing called life. I ask you in your name, amen.
Amen. And you got a Yoli's thought for today?
I do. So today's thought of the day is words.
Words.
Yes.
Okay.
Words as far as is your word your bond. Like when you say something that you're going to do something for someone, do you actually do it? Do you follow through? Because there's lots of different, people and how they feel their words are. Are you somebody that says, yes, I'll do something for you and actually does it right away? Are you somebody that does something and gets a whole bunch of other things in the way where you forget to do the thing that you said? Are you the kind of person that will promise somebody something and just not come through? Because all of those people exist. We meet them every day.
Yeah.
So my thought is for us to actually be thoughtful of the things that we say and the things that we promise to people. If you know that you are unable to do something, then just say you can't do it.
Yeah.
Don't be a people pleasing person, and learn to say no, which is very difficult for those of us that don't like to hurt people. So you never have the guts to say no. But know that if you say no, the person isn't going to be upset with you or hate you. It's just something that you can't do. Or if you're the type of person that, always has to say yes, then maybe put a time limit or a time frame on when you're going to do that thing that you promised.
Okay.
Right? And just try to be mindful that when you promise somebody something, or you use or you give somebody your word that you're going to do something, that they really are hoping that you're going to do it.
Yeah.
They really take it seriously. So you in turn also take it seriously, and just be mindful of your pattern. Are you somebody that once you give somebody your word, you do it right away? Are you somebody that forgets because you have other things going on? Are you somebody that just promises things that you can't really deliver? Let's work on our words. Let's work on our words being impeccable, and let's work on our words being our bond. That if we say we're going to do something, to actually do it. Now, I will say that I am guilty of forgetting things, but I do come through. It takes me a minute sometimes because I have lots of other things going on. But I too am going to try to make sure that my word is my bond. And I want you guys, listeners, to also do the same. So, what is it like for you, Kimmy Kim? As far as your words and your words being your bond and that kind of stuff.
Hey, greetings, Mama P. Pamela Forrest, we see you. Thank you so much for being with us here. Oh my God. So with me, I used to not think that it was so important. Your words, your bond. If you get to do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. Yeah, something came up. And I recognized as I got older that it is important. And people actually are looking. If you say you're going to do something, someone's looking for you to do it. So, and I think it trickles down with everything, on our jobs, in all of our relationships. If we say we're going to do something, I think it's imperative that we follow up with people if you can't do it, and not just think that they'll understand,
Right.
or I just couldn't do it, and I'm just chilling.
Yeah, whatever.
And I think that's not respecting someone else's time, someone else themselves. And sometimes we look at it from a selfish. I used to look at it from a perspective. Well, I just can't do it. I said I could, but I can't. Not thinking about the sacrifices or the challenges that the other person could have gone through just to be able to do what we all said we would do. And, once I realized that, it's like, okay, yeah, I need to be accountable to myself and to others, and making sure that, not to be a people pleaser, but to let your word, like you said, be your bond. If you're going to do something, you say that you're going to do something, it came out your mouth. So you need to, hold to it, and let people know that you are, accountable. So I had to learn it that way. Being from the islands is like, oh yeah, man, I see you next week, and
right,
and I think it's almost like a cultural
it's almost
thing.
cultural,
Yes.
Yeah, because everything there is kind of like laid back and easy going. So if you don't get to it, then you don't get to it.
Yes,
big deal.
Yes, and I think that's where it came from, and it may not be for everyone, but for me, that's where it came from. And when I realized, of course, you get this, I don't know, you get Americanized or civilized. I don't know how you want to call it.
Oh, girl, don't say that.
I don't know how to, I don't know.
They're going to think us West Indians aren't civilized.
No,
we're civilized.
We're civilized, but it's like, it's like, somebody says say they do something, like, oh, I'm coming to church next week, and they never show up. Oh yeah, I was going to come, but I didn't. And it's just like nothing.
Yeah.
Like, people just say things. They want to. They say things because they think that's what you want to hear, and just to, like, okay, let's move on, or I gotta go or something, and it's not real. And people still do that now. They say they'll do something, they'll show up, and they just don't.
Right.
Because, oh yeah, man, next time. it's that's how it is.
Yeah.
For some of us growing up. So I know I had to learn through that. Like that's not the right way to do it, and just kind of refocus my mental focus,
And
my
I think
mind,
it's
and
like
get it.
when you promise you're going to do something, it doesn't matter how big or small it is. It's what you said you're going to do.
Yeah.
Once you do it, I think you feel good
Yes.
that you came through, versus the other side. Like for some of us that feel guilty when we don't do what we say we're going to do.
True.
So,
True.
yeah.
All right.
Oh, Erica has a comment. Bestie!
Hey,
shout out to my
Erica,
bestie.
how you doing?
Yes, Erica said, what made you realize that?
I think that like I said, as I got older, I don't know when the to pinpoint to say that the aha moment came, but I know within myself, if I ask somebody to do something and they don't do it, I'm like, oh, okay, so probably that's what I do to other people, and they're doing the same thing back. So I can't be mad because I do it to other people and they're doing it to me. So but I just think that as I got more mature, I guess that I decided that hey, I have to do better with that consciously. And if I say something, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's my thought for today, guys. I'm going to keep these thoughts coming. And, throughout the show, if you guys have any comments on what Yoli's thought is of the day, please comment. We will shout you out and we will read your comment. So thanks so much, guys.
All right. I love it.
I love our listeners.
I love them too. I do.
Because they participate.
Yes.
That's really helpful.
All right, guys. That was Yoli's thoughts. Yeah. Gotta definitely give a shout out to all our sponsors, to all our listeners, all our family. Of course, big up yourself. You choose radio family. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Oh my goodness. And of course, Viscosity Blend Radio. OMG. We just want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. Zion Highness. Welcome, 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 Zion Highness listeners. Welcome to you and Reggae Global Radio. Reggae Global Radio, we want to say I'm hoping you're having a fantastic time. Hope you're enjoying Yola's thoughts and make it be something that you continue to think about, not just now, but throughout the rest of the year. And let it be something almost a part of like a resolution.
Yeah.
I think that will work.
Let's do that. I like it. Thanks,
All
Kimmy
right.
Kim.
You're welcome. All right, guys. So we're gonna jump into our topic. All right.
Yes.
Ready?
Ready.
All right. So I kind of like how we don't even talk necessarily about Yola's thoughts, and they always seem it's almost like we're in sync.
They kind of just mesh together every
We
week.
do not talk about it. We don't even talk about what we're going to be. We don't prep for this in terms of prepping together, I should say.
Yeah.
We prep individually, and when we come on, it's just like an
synergy.
Authentic communication, and we just have this synergy. Yes. So we're going to be talking about becoming your best self. All right. So this is 2023. And it's a new year. It's not too late for you to decide that, hey, you want to become maybe better. You want to improve. You want to set new goals. You want to have a great jump start to the year. We have 12 months in the year. And of course, we're almost at the end of January already.
Yes, I know.
Oh
I
my
know.
gosh. Unbelievable, right? And February is around the corner, and we can see that the year might run by a little fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already preparing already for the summertime. That's bad, I know. I'm ready
No,
for
it's
the summer
not.
for
Because,
my vacation.
yeah, it's vacation time. Summer
Yeah,
is always wonderful. I know you love summer
I
because you
do.
get time off and you
Yes.
actually do stuff. So,
Yes.
we do our garden and all that stuff. So,
Mhm.
summer is definitely a, forward thing in our minds.
Yeah, man, it is, right? So we have to make sure that our minds, again, is strong. Individuals, how do we deal with stresses, challenges, the pressures of life? How do we perform, right? So being mentally strong helps us with life. It helps us with making sure that we have good social connections, or good positive self-esteem for ourselves, and we're able to take risks. Becoming a better you is literally something you have to consider, think about, and then execute. We have to have resilience, mental toughness, and we're going to talk about a little bit, a lot, a little bit, as much time as we have on resilience. We know that resilience is, what does resilience mean to you? Like, how do you think people can let me give you a background. So resilience, you're an engineer.
Yes.
And that word resilience really comes from an engineering background, when I did my research. And it's like the ability to be able to spring back.
Right.
Okay. The ability to be able to bounce back and get to it, that stickability. Mm-hmm. So how is it that you as an engineer, as a professional, how is it that you do your resilience thing and be able to fight through life?
Yeah, so as far as my career goes and being resilient, what comes to mind is the struggles I had in school.
Mm.
And in hindsight, I realized that if I didn't keep pushing forward, that it would have, I may not have finished. And that sounds horrible, but it's true. And the reason I say that is because it really was a struggle for me getting through school. And this degree that I chose, civil engineering, it was
engineering.
Hard. It was hard for a couple of different reasons that maybe go on another day. But I had to be resilient to finish it. And part of my resilience actually came from my parents because they were like huge supporters and never gave up. And even when I had to stop for a while, because I did have to stop and just reassess the way that I was trying to get through school. And there were times when I had to really buckle down.
Right.
Because I kept hitting a brick wall where it was concerned. I really was. And that happened more for me when I was at Tech. So I did a 3-2 program. So I went to an HBCU, Clark Atlanta University, and then I transferred to Georgia Tech. And when I went to Tech, it was like hitting a stone wall. And so I had to stop and kind of reassess and get a lot of support from my parents and a lot of support from other professors that were at the HBCU that helped me to the point where I noticed that part of my resilience was the support, but also rebuilding my self-esteem and then going back to Tech and actually finishing that degree there. So I ended up with the 2 degrees that I started initially trying to get in the first place. So my resilience for me comes from support from my parents and this inner feeling that I can't give up. I need to keep doing this because this is what I chose to do and I'm going to finish, period.
Yes.
So, as far as my career is concerned, that's where my resilience came from for me. Now, in my job, yes, I still have to be resilient in a sense that when I have a lot of work to do, I do have to reset and recess and realize that I'm providing a service for people,
Yeah.
and that their livelihood is in my hands, so to speak, because lots of these people are opening businesses, they've invested a lot of money, and some of them, and waiting to get whatever permits or approvals trying to get, they are, some of them, still paying rent for the places that they are trying to open businesses in.
Right.
And so I have to keep pushing forward to make sure that they get their work done, because it can get very you can get bogged down in the amount of work that we have at times. So, yeah, that's where it comes from. It's a kind of a inner strength and this need to not quit and not give up, and also support system people, my parents, my best friend in my life, because of the way she is, she keeps me pushing forward.
All right.
So yeah,
it's good. We all
that's
have to
resilience for
have.
me.
We all have to have that kind of person in our life, a
Yeah,
confidant.
yeah,
If you don't have a confidant, please find one, because that your world can be like really, 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 really lonely without having someone that you can really dish out
hmm,
and just be yourself and let
yeah,
them know that, hey, I'm happy right now, or I'm going through this struggle, and
right,
someone that's going to be constructive and be able to help you through the time and be objective as well,
yeah,
but somebody you know that you can really lean on.
yeah, and someone that can help you push through,
Mm-hmm.
and someone that is like your voice of reason,
Mm.
because we tend to go off the rails at times,
Yeah.
and we need somebody to pull us back.
True.
So
I
yeah,
like that. I like that. The voice of reason.
hmm,
Yeah, but you were able to identify where it came from, and not many people have that. Not many people have the environment or the people in their lives that, maybe their mom was strung out on drugs, or maybe their dad was an alcoholic or something, and just never had that. But I tell you, not, you know education is not the all, but it does help. And not necessarily going to college, but even a trade school or something, getting your mental toughness together and saying, okay, I'm gonna get this new job. I don't even know how to interview. Okay, fine. Well, you find somebody that can teach you to interview. If you go to a church, you can ask a pastor. You don't know how you tie a man. You don't know how to tie a tie. And, you can either go ahead and buy a ready-made tie. When you go to, I don't know, a store, just ask the men there to just tie the tie for you. But find a mentor that you can look up to, that can guide you into becoming who you are. Being and trying to figure out who you are. It's like we talked about mental. You have to have mental strength. You have to have resilience. Mental toughness, though, I mean, it's the ability to stay strong, keep focus, and keep your determination. Okay, regardless of the adversities that come in your life, regardless of whatever comes in, the opportunities, not threats, you can stride through, and you can say, okay, come what may, I'm going to do it like you did. Come what may, I'm going to go back to school. Come what may, it doesn't matter. It's tough, it's rough, but I'm going to do it. I kind of have a similar situation with school.
yeah,
When I was doing grad school, and it going through like personal things, like I was, and it was just like it was a lot. I called my mom. Shout out to you, mommy, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to keep my son for a year and let me finish up grad school." Now that's my mom, and it was still tough because it was a new baby. He was probably he was one going on two, but that was something that I needed to do because I know that me being able to finish up school was what I needed to be able to be stable enough financially to take care of him. So that was my drive. So it didn't matter come what may. I know I had to finish up school. And I thank God it was my mom that she was able to say, yes, Kim, send him. Sometimes I would cry. I'm like, yeah, he's only in New York. I can imagine how, but it was still just a lot of mental things you have to go through to be able to and finish school. And the teacher that I was a teacher assistant at that time.
Oh wow.
And that teacher, the teacher that I was with, she was going through some things, and she was like, you're newly born, you have a newborn baby, and grad school is too hard, you can't do it. And I was like, I can't what? Man, she gave me so much ammunition. She gave me so much push and drive.
Yeah, like fire.
Don't tell me I can't do something.
Yeah, that's the
She
worst.
told me you can't because she couldn't do it. I said, thank you very much. I quit my job. I had to put my job on hold, go to grad school, did my internship 6 months unpaid. I mean, so you have to be able to fight through. If that, I was laser focused on getting this degree. And that's what we have to do in life, be laser focused on whatever it is that we're doing. But you have to have that mental toughness. Athletes, Usain Bolt and all these greats, they focus on one thing. They're like, this is what I'm going to do. And regardless of what, I'm going to get up 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to go and I'm going to train. I've watched his documentary. His dad couldn't even watch him train because he trained so hard he would just throw up. And his dad was just like, oh my God, he would be in the swimming pool with weights on. He was a beast.
Wow. That's so
how
good.
He is. Yeah. And his dad was just like, I can't take it. You're hurting yourself. But no, he had to do that to be who he is. Yeah. I said a lot. Okay. So, mental toughness, you got to take notice of what you think, the things, just be self aware and commitment. Mental toughness, to achieve more, you have to be mentally sensitive, right? Uh, but more mental tough than mental sensitive. Yes, I want to go back to school. Yes, I'll have to get this job. I'm sensitive to the things that are going on around, but the toughness to say, regardless of what, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So you can talk to us. What you think about being able to, because it comes naturally to you. It comes naturally to us, but it's not natural to a lot of people.
Right. As far as trying to be your best self, I think, and you touched on this too just a minute ago, it's important to be aware of the things that are not quite right. And what I mean by that is like if you might be quick to anger, or if you might be quick to judge, or if you might be, like my phrase, fly off the rails. It's important to identify those things about you that need improvement, and then work on improving those things to be your best self. So I kind of feel like every year that we go through, it should be a constant focus to be a better person,
Version of yourself.
a better version of yourself, um, just a better person. You could just pick one thing. If you want to be a better communicator with, say, your loved ones, or any of your relationships, or all of your relationships, and you know that's something that you're not that good at, then find ways that you can learn how to communicate. But look into yourself and see, why is it that you're not a very good communicator?
Yeah.
And then figure out what that is and take the steps to make that better so that you can be a better you. So it's like you were saying, Kimone, about having goals. It's a huge multifaceted thing that's trying to be yourself, your better version of yourself, because there's so many parts of ourself that make us.
Yeah.
It's not just the mental or the emotional or our careers. It's a bunch of different things. So there's a lot of parts that you can try to fix, but I think it's important to know what it is that you need to fix and then work on that.
Yeah.
As far as being a better version of yourself.
Yeah, important to know what to fix. I think that I think that deep down, I think deep down, everybody kind of knows what they need to fix about themselves.
Not necessarily.
No.
No, I think there, because even for myself, I'm
Mm-hmm.
always talking about myself. Sorry, guys, but even for myself, there are things that I don't know that I need to work on, and the only time that I know how to work, that I need to work on something, is when I'm in a certain situation. It's my life experiences and how I react to those experiences that teach me what I need to work on. Or if I'm in a relationship and it doesn't end well, there are things that you need to be aware of that you did that made it not work, because it's not just the other person, it's the other person and it's you.
Right.
So you can't just be like, oh, this person did A, B, C, D, E, and you don't take any accountability for yourself.
Right.
So yeah, there are people that don't know. And there are things that we do know, and there are things, even though we know, that we have to work on, that we don't know, that are in ourselves, that we need to work on. So, Erica had a comment.
Right.
A part of being resilient is taking breaks, resting, also not putting too much on your plate. If you don't, you will burn out and may not be able to bounce back right away.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And laser focus is great, but you can burn yourself out with that same laser focus. That drive to just push forward and not really take that time to take care of yourself and get rest. Yes. Thank you for that comment, Erica.
Thanks, Erica. And I think sometimes people stretch themselves and having too much on their plate because they want to allow everybody the opportunity to get a little bit of them with whatever they want to do. It's like
you want to make everyone happy.
You want to make everyone happy, and it's just you can never make everyone happy, and then still be happy for yourself, within yourself. And if we have to start with us. If we are not happy and healthy, it's going to be very hard to be able to help the next person. So thanks for that, Erica. All right, so one of the strategies to becoming your best self is don't sweat the small stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat failure. Don't sweat the no's that you're going to get in life. I was talking with we were in class yesterday, and one of the teachers that I work with, she was saying a no just means an next opportunity. And it's like, I like that. If you're a salesperson, or, and you just keep hearing no, 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 no. Yeah. Next, have the resilience to bounce back and be able to say, hey, you know what? I can get the client. You might not be the right client for today. I'll come back to you another time. And I think it's our mindset, making sure that we're strong enough to not take it personal and to know that that's just the job.
Yeah, I think actors and actresses are very resilient individuals, because when they're first starting out, they get a lot of no's.
Yeah.
If you ever watch any documentary for any actor or actress, they will tell you, I mean, if they're really honest, they'll tell you that they got a lot of no's. And even when they're established, they still get some no's, because, it's really a business of if you're the right fit or not. Do you look right? Do you sound right? So they get a lot of no's. But most of them that are successful, they've kept pushing forward anyway.
That's true. They keep pushing forward, but again, they know that that's what they want. That's their goal. So obviously, guys, one of the common theme we're talking about is knowing what you want. Yes, you don't have to be super laser focused, but you still have to have a target. All right. So you got to know what you want. Don't sweat the small stuff. Accept help from others. It's so hard for a lot of people to accept assistance from somebody. Look at it. To me, I could do like a self hack and say, well, you could be my mentor in this situation. And it's okay. And, we're supposed to have mentors in every facet of our life and what we do, if we truly want to excel in it.
Yes. Asking people for help is very difficult.
No man's an island.
No, you're not. And everyone needs, we all need people.
Yeah.
We need each other. Everyone needs someone.
Yeah.
But for some of us, it is difficult to ask for help. But, it's important to be able to ask for help and ask for it when you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't delay. Don't delay is another strategy. Don't delay what you want to do. Keep putting it off. We tend to, I'll do it next week, especially when it's something that's new. You know, we love comfort. We don't love a lot of change, some people. And if it's something that's new, like with me, if I have 10 tasks to do, I will do everything that I'm familiar with first.
Okay.
And then what I'm not familiar with, that's what I'm going to do last.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, I'd rather knock out 7 easy things and then have these 3 not so easy things. And some people might do it the opposite way, you know? So how do you do it?
Well, I am somewhat of a procrastinator.
Okay, me
I am. I procrastinate sometimes on some things.
Mhm.
So, and unfortunately, when I procrastinate, whatever it was I was trying to get, it usually passes me by. So, for me, it's something to work on, not delaying. So, I'm thinking for 2023, I'm going to try to not procrastinate. It's a work in progress.
That's good. That's good. I am like that too. And I find myself working better at crunch.
Yes, lots of people,
Yeah.
like, I will say that there are times when I work better under pressure, you know, and sometimes under pressure I make some mistakes too.
Yeah.
So, but it's way better to just not be a procrastinator and take your time. And the pressure is good. It makes you get up, puts that fire under your butt. But yeah, don't procrastinate. At least it's less stressful.
It is. It is less stressful. We'll take a quick break, and we're gonna definitely just want to thank our sponsors. Let's see, thank our sponsors, and let them know that how much we love and appreciate them. Definitely Junior Williams with J and P Construction. Oh my gosh. Their number is 678-927-6945. Again, 678-927-6945. If you are in need of getting home repairs done, please give them a call. Very professional. As Tina said last week, pristine work. And she was very pleased with their work. So you will be too. If you want to add flooring, anything you want to do to your home, please give them a call. For all your landscaping needs and things outside your exterior, you need to give Reggie Lawn Care a call at 404-246-9582. Again, 404-246-9582. They are phenomenal. If you want curbside appeal, give them a call. All right. You gotta give them a call.
I need to call them. I have a yard that needs cleaned up.
Yeah.
And I hear this every time I'm on the show.
Yeah, man. Got to also thank our sponsors, You Choose Radio, Lord God. Yeah, Ross Duga, big up yourself. Yes, DJ VJ Smiles, of course. And of course, Reggae Global Radio. We appreciate you. Viscosity Blend Radio. Yes. And Zion Highness Radio. Thank you so much for being with us and keeping it real and keeping it locked with the Positive Forces show. And we definitely want to hear from you. Our number is 404-913-1124. 404-913-1124. If you want to share something about your experience, just call us and let us know how it is that you function as an adult. Somebody needs to hear it. Okay. And let's see. So we need to be clear on our principles. Okay. Core of what drives you. Find out what drives you. We're talking about becoming your best selves. All right. We have to use our imagination of who we want to become and what we want to do. And we're ever evolving. Now, you're never too old to do something, guys.
Yes.
Don't ever say, oh, I'm too old to go back to school. I'm too old to start a new job or a new career. No, you're not. Once you still have life and there's breath in you, you're never too old. That means God still has purpose for you.
Yes, I agree completely. If you want to dance,
just dance.
Just go ahead and do it. Take you a dance class.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's another one?
Guiding principles, thoughts and words and your actions. You must make your own map of your guiding principles. Make your own map, your roadmap to how it is that you're going to be able to do what you do. Okay? And life gets us at us, and where are your principles? Like for me, my principles are based from the Bible. So I have most of my truth from the Bible. I try to live my life from the Bible, you know. And if you're not a believer, then there's somewhere you're getting it from, an uncle or an aunt or somewhere. But where did they get that from? So whenever you're getting advice from individuals, find out, the background behind it, and don't just take it and run, especially when you're applying it to your own situation, right? And then build on it and make it become you. All right. So you want to take the good from people, listen to the bad, and make sure that you're gonna make use that to make yourself better. Okay.
We have a comment.
Do it.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Okay.
So, a comment from Pamela Forbes. Yeah, some of us think to be our best self, we have to be all things to everyone. I was like that, not anymore. Good for you.
I would appreciate if you can give us a call and let us know what it is that may, or you can just put your
You
message
could do a
in.
chat too.
You could do a chat, but what made you change? How is it that you decided that, hey, I'm not gonna do? She said some of
Not be
not
everything
be
to
everything to
everyone.
everybody. Yeah, yeah. You figure out, hey, I'm important too. That's what that was. She figured
Right.
out like, hey, I'm important too, and what I have to do matters as well, and I'm gonna do what I need to get done. That's what she did. But you can call us and let us know. All right.
Yeah, so your comment on principles,
Mhm.
like what are your life principles? Like, where do your life principles come from
Mhm.
to help you guide that you being the best version of yourself?
Mhm.
Mine are also from the Bible.
Mhm.
It's from the Word. It is how how Christ lived himself,
Mhm.
lived his life.
Mhm.
And so those where my principles come from. I am not perfect
Mhm.
at all, but I do actually try to do better.
Mhm.
And so my goal is to constantly try to do better.
Mhm.
So why it's very helpful to have a voice of reason, but it's also very helpful to have a relationship with God if you're a believer,
Yes.
because He too can talk to you and guide you. And just know that everything that you go through, it is for you to learn something,
Mhm.
or even if it's the hard lump lessons,
Mhm.
it is for you to grow,
Yeah. Yeah.
for you to be better.
Yeah.
He just wants you to be better. So that's where my life principles or world principles, as my best friend Erica would say,
Come
world
from.
principles come from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I mean, with from a biblical perspective, the Bible covers everything. The Bible covers relationships. We don't necessarily get a roadmap or a distinct do 1, 2, 3, 4 and get subtitles 1A and 2B, and we don't get it that way, but we get it through scenarios from characters from the Bible, from stories from the Bible, and it guides us, and life experience and other people's experiences as well, and we have to go through these things, and hopefully when you go through things, situations in life, you learn from them. Not many people learn from their mistakes, and they keep
Yeah.
going back, and it's like, okay, I did this before and I just didn't get it. There's sometimes there's some lessons that you have to go through, that while you're always going through, there's something that you miss, and God is trying to show you, I believe, that you need to learn, and it sometimes it's not necessarily what you think it is. Sometimes it's something different, like, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer of if you see yourself going through the same situation, the
Mhm.
different way over and over and over, it's something that you have to learn.
Yeah.
And the reason you're still going around is because you haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
So, yes,
Mm.
lessons, growth,
Yeah. All right. So
best self.
they say that top the being able to refine yourself and your mental skills. Not everyone can do it. Only maybe about top 5% of the population. Um, and being able to have clarifying thoughts about and deeds, and being able to say, okay, this is what I want and this is my conviction about what I want. That's what keeps and helps with the drive. That's what helps individuals with the drive. Okay, I want to do this, and I am truly 100% that I'm going to get this done through this way. All right. So, like Jesus had a clear focus on who he was. So, if you wanted to think of Dr. Martin Luther King, what would be the first thing that popped out in your mind?
As far as his purpose?
Just when you hear his name, what comes to mind?
Oh, freedom.
Freedom, right?
Yeah, freedom and justice. The fight for everyone to be equal, right, and no injustice.
Right. When you think about, sorry.
No, go ahead.
When you think about Jesus, what do you think?
All the same thing. Fighting for people that are injustice, freedom and love and compassion. I mean, if anything, love is the first thing that comes to my mind when I say the name Jesus, when I think of Jesus. It's always love and compassion, and his ability to love so much and take on so much and be ridiculed and laughed at and hurt and just discredited and still have love through all of that. Recently in Bible Study Fellowship we did Hosea.
Okay, nice.
And Gomer and their story and situation and how it related to the Israelites, and you could just see how much, even though God was going to hurt them because they were doing wrong, they were not worshiping only him and loving only him, he still came back and was like, I yearn for your love. I can't really do these things I'm going to do because I love you so much. Yeah. And so, yeah, when I think about Jesus, Christ, God, I think about love first.
When you think about Rosa Parks, when you hear the
freedom,
name,
again, freedom, and this need to stop unfair treatment and injustice.
Okay. So just like how we were able to pinpoint what these people are about, that's the clarity that we should have for ourselves. When somebody says Yola, they'll say, okay, she's this, she's that, she's all about this. And that's definitive, right? So that's one of the goals that we're supposed to have for ourselves. When you say Erica Saunders, what comes to mind? Who is Erica? Who is Claudette Bromfield? Who is Veronica Ellis? Who is Pamela Forbes, right? And that's the kind of, zone in on who you are, zone in on the qualities, and let the conviction become you. Once you have a conviction about something, you will definitely do it. Okay. So we have to be calm, and being calm it's a whole topic on its own.
Oh my god!
Because when things arise, it's not easy to be calm, right? But it's especially if you are raised in an environment where fighting is the first thing you do, cussing, going bad is the first thing then being able to put that to the side and say, nope, that's not who I am, and go back in your thoughts to, okay, what would God do? How does the Bible address when something happened, when Job went through all these adversities? What did he do? Use the references from what you have, whatever your principle is. Use those references, and then think, and then who are you within all of that? So that's the process in becoming your best self. Being calm through the process, being confident in the process, having a deep focus, being optimistic, having your emotions intact, being unified with your thoughts, and having a focus, self-talk, talk yourself through it, and just set your goals. So those are just some of the skills, the mental skills that individuals can use to be able to become their best selves.
Love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna. You know what time it is?
It's time to go longer.
It's-
No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
I'm feeling that it's final thoughts time.
It's final thoughts, man.
Final
It's
thoughts, final thoughts. Oh no, I hate to go, but I have to. So final thoughts. My final thought this week is for the new year. Let us actually try to think about how we can work at becoming our best self. You know, we have 365 days in a year. That gives us a lot of time, even though it's flying by, to actually work on being our best selves. Find out what your um, worldview is. You know, what are your core principles?
Yeah.
And then use that to propel yourself forward to being or becoming your best self. And with all of that, remember to love yourself and love each other. And let's start thinking about how to be more compassionate and empathetic and understanding. Maybe put yourself in someone else's shoes, see how they would react to something. That's something that I struggle with. And so, something I want to work on for 2023. And so, I charge everyone that's listening to also do the same. And that's my final thought.
Awesome. Awesome. Pamela Forrest says, I came to that by realizing that I am putting my job and my family ahead of my needs. And then it's not being enough. And then it not being enough. There's always someone who wants more. So I realized trying to make others happy doesn't always make me happy. And I can end that there with my final thoughts. I think that is an awesome, 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 awesome way to end the show. There's so much more that we could have talked about. Systematically being able to train your mind and train yourself. We could probably talk about that next week. So just to kind of give you a heads up of that. All right, being specific, being able to be measurable, be relevant, having time. Just this is called a SMART format: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time. All right. So we'll continue this talk next week. You guys have a fantastic rest of your week. We pray that God will do what He does in your life. Um, whatever God does is always great. So just give it up to God and say, hey, God, you know what? Take full control, take it over, and just leave it up to God. All right. You guys have a fantastic, fantastic rest of your week and see you again next week. Same
Bye,
time.
guys.
Bye.